Yo, what's happening, everybody? So I probably shouldn't even be making this video because I know I'm not dying, but I feel like I'm dying. I'm super sick. But it is my duty, it's like I could basically take off time from, like school and work and all that stuff, but this is, what I love to do. This is my real job, and there's no getting away from this. I mean, I don't want to. I'm just saying, can't stop me from doing this. This is why I'm here. So I am back. So quick update. A lot of you guys have been sending me energy and been helping me, and because of that, thank you, and I love you and send you energy. And when I feel better, I'm definitely gonna give you guys that back in return. Absolutely. But in case you don't know, I've been extremely sick for the past week. No one knows what's wrong, but there's a spiritual aspect to this, so that's part of why I'm making this video. So about a week ago, I felt like I was being attacked, and basically what it was, and I can tell it's a reptilian thing because this is what they do every time. It's only been like 3 times they've ever tried. But they do it at the same time every time, and it's kind of like I'm smarter than that, so it's like you can't keep doing that to me because once you know, it's like they can't do much. But anyways, like a week ago, wow, I'm sorry, I'm really sick, so I'm trying to be all here. So basically a week ago, I went into the sleep paralysis. I went to sleep, had a good night, everything was fine. Went to the paralysis, and every time that's happened, I know that's like the reptilian thing. That's what they do. And it was really weird. I felt like something grabbed me almost by like my feet, and I was being pulled out of my bed. And I couldn't move. I had the paralysis, and so I was like trying to grab my covers. And I literally like saw myself moving down my bed, like my pillow was getting farther away from me. So I went to go grab, and I noticed I was in like an astral state. I wasn't here in the 3D. I was in like the 4D or the lower astral or whatever. But something actually grabbed me and like took me off my bed. And then so I basically told myself, I just remembered all the spiritual stuff and the white light and Jesus and everybody, and I basically was kind of like F you to the beings, and I was kind of like, Jake, wake up, kid, wake yourself up, And I woke up and I was okay. But after that, the next couple days after that, and this was like a week ago, I got really sick. I thought I had food poisoning. Like I told you guys, I was doing a channeling of the Yahyel and the Blue Avians, I think. I'm not really here right now, so I think so. I think it was them. And during that channeling, I got extremely sick, so I had to stop. Like I said, thought I had food poisoning. But I went to the hospital because it's been a week now, and food poisoning it comes on strong, but it only lasts a couple days. So they're like, yeah, it's definitely not that. My lower left side is inflamed and killing me. And I know I found out I don't have internal bleeding, but they thought I did, and I felt like I had internal bleeding, so I got all these tests done. Got a CAT scan, the CT scan done. I'm waiting on the blood results. I did the urine test. Everything came back fine, so they can't find anything. So that's really weird. And then I was told yesterday that it's actually, I got told 2 things. One, that the reptilians were attacking because I'm very connected to them. I'm mainly reptilian. But because of that, I used the advantage to try to give you guys the information, try to find all the negative things they're doing. It's almost like I have that little, I'm in, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that group, and so they're pissed off that I'm coming out with a lot of things that they don't want me to talk about, but it's like too bad, man. And I've even seen like electrical things happen, like electronics just failing when I'm trying to do this. Some weird things, so I know, but it's like you can't break the spirit down. You can't keep me from doing this, And we got so much help on the other side, all the positivity, and that's another thing I'm going to get into. So I was told that basically they were not happy with me and that they were attacking me, and I'm going to be fine, and I know I'm going to be fine. But you just got to tough it out, basically. And then I was told later on yesterday, because I was not doing good, and basically I was told, and you know what, here, I'll actually read it off for you guys, because I have it right here. So what I was told yesterday was, You are going through an upgrade is what I am feeling, and the reptilians are testing you, reformatting your body to connect to higher energies. That's what I got. So that's what I was told. And so I thought, okay, that's a good thing then. So just tough it out, whatever. And also the Yahyel have been around me like crazy. I don't know if they're protecting me. I don't know what's going on. But I have one of those. I have like a 6 to 8 mile laser pointer. And the other night, I went outside, and I was having a cigarette before I went to sleep. And I know I shouldn't smoke. I don't want to get shit. But basically, I use that and I try to like send signals, and I've gotten stuff before. But I had a new laser pointer, a green one, which like works the best, and I beamed it up. And as soon as I beamed it up and I stopped, I got an image of the Yahyel looking down at me from a ship, which I've had before with the Pleiadians, which is really cool. So I knew it was them, and I do have a hybrid daughter from there, and a lot of people I have talked about that, they know about that. And then so I saw her, and so, it made me feel a lot better. But basically, one thing I want to say is that a lot of people are going through what I'm going through. And yesterday, last couple days, I heard about that, and I'm like, it's interesting. I'm seeing some people on Facebook and places saying they're having similar stuff. And I'm talking about spiritual, but I know we're all light workers with people who actively participate in this. And then today, because I'm sick and I can't do anything, it's like if I have to just sit around and be miserable, I may as well keep myself productive. So I'm looking up videos. I love learning, so I'm just teaching myself all these new things I can. And I came across a video today, and like tons of, and this is like a spiritual community channel, tons of people are going through this, the gastrointestinal issues, the sides, they're going to the doctor, they can't find anything wrong, and I'm like, this is a big deal, because I thought I was really, and I am still really sick, but it's not just me. This is happening with a lot of people. So I think that we are upgrading. I try to look at this from both sides. So, of course, like usual, I focused on the negative side first, but I'm starting to see a positive side to this. It's like, yeah, I'm really sick right now, but this is happening to other people, and it's happening for a reason. So in the end, it's like, this is what I'm getting, and I'm kind of conscious channeling today too, because I'm just out of it. I may try to channel, though, we'll see. But basically what I'm getting, and this is from the Yahyel, because they've just been all around me. And they're around me right now. I saw them 10 minutes ago. That's why I thought, I may as well do this video. They're literally like in a ship somewhere not too far. Anyways, so what I'm seeing is that we're almost like going through that crystallization process. A lot of us are, I don't like the word purge, but it's almost like we're purging out all the negativity to move up in the ranks, to move up to a higher vibration, to be, maybe closer to source, but we're just going to become more light beings, and so it's happening to a whole bunch of people at the same time. So I feel like a lot of people should know about this, and if you're going through it, if you're going through what I'm going through, you're going to be okay. And as long as we work together and we heal each other and we receive the healing from the beings which we are, then everything is fine. So there's nothing to worry about. So everything's good. Another thing I want to talk about is I was on a ship last night, so that was really nice. I can't remember much, but the way it works, like you guys know how we get certain information, but not all of it, and you get what you're supposed to know, and then you're supposed to work on that. That's how it works. If we didn't, progress and have to work on this stuff, then what's the point? Oh, sorry, I'm feeling horrible. So, I was on a ship last night, and it was almost like a fifth dimensional. It was Yahyel, I can tell from the energy. But it was weird. It was like when you go to a doctor's office, and like the doctor comes in and they're reading off your report, like, so you have this and this and this, you know what I'm saying? And they're reading off your stuff. I had something similar. So I went to bed really sick, like I have been for the past week. And I was laying down, I think, in like a bed or something, and I was on the ship, and there was this Yahyel being. It could be the one that I was channeling, Daniel. I don't know. Who knows? It's coming to me right now. But they were reading off, and then they were just like, what did they say? They said, alchemist, healer, and detailed mission. And they were talking about me. And that's all I can really remember. I know that's not a lot of information. But right now, there is a negative, like, reptilian presence, and if you look on YouTube, I would say the YouTube. If you look on YouTube, a lot of people are saying that a lot of, like, I guess underground beings are being removed. So I don't know if that has to do with it. It could be like, they don't want to be removed. So they're causing as much havoc on us as they can. And if they're underground, and if they're, in another dimension, I don't know. They could not be. But if they are, of course, they're going to mess with us because we're here at the top, and not me, but a lot of people can't see or feel beings. So, you get messed with. It sucks. Sorry. Someone's messaging me. Anyways, I was another light working person. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so one thing I was told to talk about, and I have kind of, I don't want to relay the same information, so I'm trying to think of what else to say, is that I'm very connected. I know a lot of you guys are too, and some of you, most of you are, and you probably just don't realize it. I don't know, but I'm very connected to, like, other realities. It's just coming to me right now. I've even had, like, images of being, like, either being a gray or just being on their ships. I'm talking, like, small. I'm talking, like, 3-foot beings on their ships going to Earth, but it's not this Earth. You know what I'm saying? It's like another dimension. It's almost like Rick and Morty, like the C-137. It's almost like, another version of Earth, basically. And I see it all the time. Very connected to that, my other selves. It's weird. It's like, and this is one thing to spread some positivity. I know I've talked about this before, but not everyone watches all my videos, so hopefully this is new to people. It seems like, yeah, we're humans. We're in the 3D, which does suck. It seems like we're at the lowest level. But if you guys saw what I saw, and that's what I'm getting into, if you guys saw what I saw, we are actually not in the lowest level. We are actually doing better than the other realities. Basically, there are other realities just like this where the spirituality basically isn't as strong in people. It's like, yeah, there's the light workers and all that stuff, but the, what would you say, that's a good way. The potential, basically, is not there for those realities as much as is here, and there's more manipulations. So one of them I had was, continuously for like 4 or 5 days in a row, I had this continuous dream. Every time I went to sleep, I went to see my other selves, and I figured out from Ivan, so much love, buddy. But basically, I found out that my other selves were connecting to me because we are in, like, the higher white light energy, whatever, positivity, so they're, like, reaching out for help to us. So we are not in the lowest level, so that's actually something good to be grateful for. But basically, there was, like, a war. I don't know if it was a civil war, I'm not sure, but basically there was a war, and then and it's going on right now there, and I still see it. It's nothing you really want to connect to, but it's the truth. With negativity, we grow, so you got to go through it. Basically, there was a war, and then all these UFOs came in, and there was this invasion, a reptilian invasion, and this is the secret, and this is what I'm worried about. I really am starting to feel like a lot of what is going on there, and I think another reason why they basically were trying to mess with me is I keep seeing them coming here to this reality from those realities. I see them on their way here. And I see things in a very abstract way sometimes. A lot of the times I will see straight up beings, like I do like 20 times a day. Like it's like every 15 minutes, I swear I'm getting a being around me. It's like the alien whisper, like everyone has different abilities, and mine is, I feel like I'm mainly alien and they trust me. So like I see them, I communicate with them constantly. I may not have as much other abilities as other people, but in terms of alien stuff, like that's my specialty. So sometimes it'll be abstract, like for example, when I see angels or Mother Mary's around me a lot, and even though I have been seeing her, like actually her recently, when I first started connecting to the angelic beings, like I'll get a third eye vision of almost like a sculpture of an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like a marble or stone sculpture of a being, or like Jesus or Mary. So that's how that sometimes works out, is you'll get that image, so you won't see them. And well, I just got an image right now. Wow. Okay. How do I word this? I'm getting beautiful woman, but her skin is almost like white, almost like see-through. And I'm getting red hair, green eyes, and she's wearing, it's like a crown of flowers, you know, like no jewelry, but it's like, imagine just like the wood from like a stick, you know, it's in a circle on her head with like flowers in it. It's probably Gaia, if you want to know the truth, but I'm not sure. That's what I'm getting. Anyways, so a lot of times it'll be very abstract. It won't be in your face because it's up to us to figure it out. And I've been getting images of this ship coming in that's reptilian with a lot of beings on there. But it's weird, like the ship, and I know this isn't real, but it's just how they're sending it to me. It's almost like the ship almost looks like it has like a weird dragon face thing in it. Okay, this is a really good way to describe it. So if you look at back in the day, Vikings have their ships, and at the ends it would have like a carved out being or something, you know, of like, I don't know, a creature, god, goddess, whatever. I'm seeing that in like a ship, and I know that's not really how it is, but that's just how it's communicating to me. But it's weird, I keep seeing it getting closer and closer. And the thing that worried me about the invasion thing, and this is like where they're really good at doing what they're doing, you don't want to underestimate reptilians. Like, I'm not afraid of them anymore. I'm so used to them because I finally welcomed them in my life, and I acknowledge that I'm mainly one of them. So like I made peace with it, so they're cool now. But basically what they did, and this is the scary part, you know, this is the kind of stuff to me that's like scary, not like horror movies or anything, but only like the light worker people could see them. Only the people who are working with energies and connecting and doing all this, only us can see them. Not everyone can see them, and that's such a good way to divert us, and that's such a good way to make people think other people are crazy and kind of like put you off in a group. So that happened, and people were freaking out. And I'm not trying to spread fear because that didn't happen here. I'm just saying, I think because as above, so below, not just, you know, with the other dimensions and realms, but I think in other realities and everything works off each other. So I think some of the things are going to come here, and I feel that right now. So that's why I'm making this video too. Not just an update, but just I'm trying to do what I can, you know. I feel like I need to do my job, even though I'm sick as shit. But anyways, so I feel them coming, and what I saw, this is gonna be a long video, but I don't care. I have nothing to do. I'm sick, so I'm happy. Basically what I saw was all these little ships like UFOs were coming, and they were like sucking the energy out of a lot of people. Like they were trying to do it to me. And then I saw like a Close Encounters from the Third Kind, you know, at the end, like that mothership. I saw something like that come, and it was just like sucking cars of people up, and people just frantically running away. But this is the scary thing, but other people were not seeing it, and they were looking at these people running around screaming, and they're like, these people are effing crazy. And to me, that's where the real damage is, because that's breaking people apart, and that's separating people. And then this is really hard to deal with. One of my aspects right now, I think got put into like a hospital or a psychiatric place, because I keep going to this place where it's like a hospital, and they won't let me leave, and they keep trying to give me like medications, and they won't tell me what it is. And I'm like talking to my brother and other people I know, and they're just like acting like I'm crazy. But this is happening with like millions, you know, or like hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, you know, and like in those dreams, I'm talking to a lot of you guys that I talk to on a weekly basis that are into this stuff, and you guys, you know, saw the same stuff, and you guys are being labeled like that too. So there's a big diversion coming, and I still obviously, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. Things are going how they should be. But I feel that's coming more and more. That's getting stronger. And then I had an image of being here at this house and looking out my window. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And looking out my window and seeing like FEMA tanks and shit. So that's leading me to my other thing. And do I think the whole EMP blackout thing is going to happen? Yes, probably. Is it going to happen on the 4th? I don't think so, because so many people are talking about it. And this is the thing. This is why I get mad. And I'm defending right here. I'm defending channelers. So if you're a channeler watching this and you feel what I'm saying, hell yeah. But a lot of people basically will ask about predictions and dates, and then they get the date, and I know I've talked about this before, I think. They'll get the date wrong, but they're always right, and it's like, you can't predict everything. It's just not, it's not possible. So yeah, I mean, these events always do happen, but I think it's going to happen either... And I'm being honest, like today's the 1st. It's going to happen the next 2 days, so it's going to happen before people expect it. Or I see, and this is more likely, I see it happening in the next couple weeks. And one thing I'm opening up right here, this is hard for me. But one thing that I think is really hard for people, and I think the governments, because I do work with them sometimes in my astral states, as with my reptilian self, which I've met and all that stuff, who's awesome. Anyways, they know that people are kind of, and again, I don't see a lot of people talking about this. I'm very honest. I have no ego agenda. So it's a problem that I have with too. Sometimes I'm like, all these things are happening. There's all these predictions, and things are gonna end. And it's almost like we're like the hamster on the wheel, running, being in fear. And I feel like they want things to keep us in that state where we're stressing out. We're getting prepared, like shit's going to fall down. And then it's not, and it's taking a lot longer than expected. And I see the damage that it's doing to people. It's just strain. And you know what? That could be what's going on with me and all you guys with the whole body issues. It's like strain, because it's like we know something's coming. As old souls, we've done this before. We have feelings of doing this, kind of like we know what's going to happen. We just got to get through it, just waiting, for it to happen. That's why time sucks. Oh, sorry, I'm just in a lot of pain. But basically, I see that they see this. They see that by postponing and doing this and keeping us in this fear, we're using up all our energy, and we're getting depressed, and we're literally unbalancing ourselves. We're breaking ourselves down before things even happen. And I'm gonna admit, I'm totally one of the people where I also sometimes am like, I'm tired of school. I'm tired of work. I just can't do this 3D life anymore. I don't wish stuff to just happen already. But at the same time, it's kind of like I know things are going to happen, and I would honestly just sometimes I do want to be like, just get it over with. But then at the same time, it's like you can't really ask for these things, because that's asking for catastrophe. That's asking for things to get bad. Because it always is darkest before it gets bright, that means shit has to fall apart for it to build back up. So it sucks, because it's like, by people pushing and saying, oh, I just want this to be over with, I can't wait for this to end, you know what I'm saying? And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. In a way, that's asking, that's saying, I just want all these people to die and all this stuff happen. It's really negative, It's really bad, but I feel like a lot of people do feel like, they want this to just happen. But it's like there's a lot of consequences that come with it, and I'm real enough to talk about it in a non-negative way by saying, yeah, I understand that. And that's a very hard thing. And spirituality does come with the hardest, okay, it's dirty, I'm not trying to be, the hardest and longest patience, basically. It's the truth. It does, man. Spirituality has the most patience, and it sucks. So I do see something happening. I'm just not sure what. And at the same time, that's hurting me, because I know I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the emergency room. And I'm just worried about it, because the way I'm thinking, because I see things from the future, I get images, And it's kind of like, if I go to the hospital, okay, let's just say things happen on, let's just say the 4th. I don't think it's going to happen because everyone's expecting it to. But let's say things happen on the 4th, okay? Let's hypothetically play this out. If it happens on the 4th, I know I'm being selfish because I'm only talking about myself right now. But sometimes that's all you can do. If I'm in the hospital and shit goes down and, like, the grid goes, I'm screwed, you know? Like, I'm dead, man. Because I guarantee you, with all this depopulation bullshit going on, if I'm in the hospital and the power goes out, the hospital, and again, I'm not trying to be negative, like the weak people, dude, they're taking them out first probably. Let's be honest here. They're going to probably, or they're going to, you know, try to wind you all up and say, oh, we're sending you somewhere to get help, and then I don't want to think about what happens. So part of me not going to the emergency room is if shit goes down, that's the last place I want to be. And I understand it's a hospital, so they're going to have supplies and all that. And I'm not trying to think of this in some, like, Walking Dead scenario. But I get those visions. I'm getting them. It's the truth, you know. Things are going to get bad. But to not put out fear, because that's exactly what is causing all this stuff right now. The Yahyel and the Arcturians are around right now. I'm going to see if I can conscious channel. But they've been around all day in the last couple days. And they're here, guys. They're working with you, even if you don't know it, even if you don't remember it. They are constantly working with us, just like I was on the ship last night. Many people are, you know, we're all having that. We're all about connection. So just know there are alliances being made right now. And I'm seeing, and I could be wrong, but I really don't care. If I'm wrong, then I'm learning from it. I'm feeling a Yahyel, like, Arcturian alliance. And I already know that recently the Arcturians and the Reptilians made an alliance, which I think is very positive, because they definitely need that. You know, we need more positive, and this is more galactic view, we need more positive Reptilians. Reptilians are very good, the positive ones. They're such amazing, beautiful beings. They're very, you know, they're just masters in the metaphysics and the energies, and, you know, like, not manipulate, like imagine like a positive manipulation. Like, reptilians can do that. Like, they're very powerful. So we really need more positive ones, you know. And if anything, you don't want to, like, be scared of them and shun out all reptilians. Just like when I went back and watched Ralph's video, which I want Ralph to come back. I know I can channel him. I've just been sick. I know you guys, I guess, like him the most, which is funny. But, you know, it's like what he said in that video. Just, you know, the best way to do it is team up with the good ones, because they are here. You know, don't get scared and just block them all out, because that's almost like when you get psychically attacked and you, like, want to not connect. That's what they want. So don't give them that, you know. Always stay connected. Anyways, though, I keep getting an image. I'm getting it right now. I've had it 5 times this day, so they're trying to push it in my face. I'm getting, and there are many different types, you know, of Arcturian beings, whatever. But what I'm getting is a skinny, and I know the appearance doesn't matter, but it's just what I'm getting. I'm getting like a really skinny blue, you know, obviously, skinny blue. I'm not getting how tall, just Arcturian. Let me see if I can find any pictures, just to help you guys out, you know. And this is the thing, a lot of channelers are like, oh, this stuff doesn't matter, and I get it, you know, images don't matter. But part of my channeling right now is to bring it more down to earth, to have people connect. What's the point of being a channeler and trying to have people connect if you have ego and you're like, oh, I'm going to use all this, you know, galactic jargon and vocabulary, and you're not going to understand what I'm talking about, you know? Like, I totally am against that, you know? It's like, if things have to be broken down in a simple way, so be it. Who cares? Anyways, okay, this is the best picture. Oh, Spenny, you're sending me energy. Thanks, man. I sent you energy too, and I'll continue doing it for you. I hope you feel better. But anyways, this is kind of what I'm getting. But the funny thing is, he's wearing this silver suit, and the best way to describe it, and it made me laugh, is I'm sure you guys have seen the second Austin Powers movie. I know that's kind of funny to say right here, But remember when they go to space at the end of it and they're all wearing those super silver outfits? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking up. That's exactly what he's wearing. Exactly. And it made me laugh really hard. So, here we go. Like the silver, like the silver suits. I know it's kind of blurry. But that's what I'm getting. So imagine the Arcturian with that silver kind of suit on. And basically what I'm getting is, I keep getting the words, "we are coming." And no, I'm not making this out like they're coming, they're going to announce themselves, they're going to appear. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm getting, they are going to be more involved, basically. I see them and the Yahyel working together. And also when everything's energy, So when these two, when these two groups of energy come together, just like, okay, and this is a good way another example to describe it. It's like when the planetary alignments happen, everything affects everything else. So when these groups make their alliances, that positive bond, and I'm seeing it, it's coming to Earth. It's going across like the planet solar system. It's affecting us. It's affecting everything, because everything does. All energy affects other energy, It's beautiful. But that's what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it's almost like we've what's a good way to describe this? I know I'm not on my game, guys, so I apologize, but it's almost like we've done the learning. It's like when you're in your hermit stage of awakening. Like I had like a whole year and a half where I just cut myself off from society. I learned about all the Freemasonry, all the alchemists, all the sorcery, the satanics of all the negative stuff, and then I learned all the positives. I learned how to deal with all the negative, because you have to know what you're dealing with in order to know what's happening. So after that hermit stage, though, of researching, becoming a student in the arts of spirituality and wisdom and energy and vibrations, and because all beings are a certain level of vibration of information, that's what I was talking about when I channeled Sahir, when my higher self was talking. And basically, what was I getting to? And again, I'm sick, so I apologize. I don't know. Anyways, all those vibrations, all of this stuff is affecting us. And basically, okay, here we go. So it's like after we learn all these things, we're at that point where it's like, of course, you're always gonna be a student. But we're at the time where it's time to step up and finally make some bold statements, take some actions. And I'm really good at wrapping things up. So that's why I'm also saying I think a lot of us are sick right now, and we're going through this, and a lot of you are going through what I'm going through, because our light bodies are becoming activated. We're going to be more crystal beings, I think. That's what I'm getting from the Yahyel and from the Arcturians. And basically, what was I gonna say? Again, I'm spacing out hard right now because I'm just so sick. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Basically, I think we're just getting ready to act more, show our galactic side more. It's gonna take a while till things happen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna take 2,000 years for this stuff for the beings to come. It could obviously keep it open, but I know somebody said it's gonna be 2,000 years. And I mean, all for it, I'm open to hearing that and looking at that perspective and believing. But something tells me it's not going to be that long. I just don't see it. But who knows, And again, I can be wrong, and I'd love to be wrong, because you learn from that. That's the thing, Don't have an ego. Just try to always think in a learning perspective. Be open to everything. But I see that happening. I see we are taking another step. And with the Yahyel, let me see if they have anything. Okay, I'm seeing a Yahyel woman. That's what I'm getting in my third eye. Okay, yeah, so the ship that's been around, and it could have been the one I was on last night. I don't know. Yeah, I see them around right now. I'm getting two names, which is really weird. Maybe there's multiple beings. I don't know. I'm getting Isbeth, like Elizabeth, like Isbeth. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce this, so I apologize. I'm going to butcher this probably. Isha. That's what I'm getting. But I'm seeing them. Beautiful beings. Thank you. But what I'm getting is Earth is going into a new state of development, and so are the people. Okay, we're like breaking away from. Ooh, that's a good way to look. Oh wow, okay, I just got something good. Sorry. They're giving me the yin and the yang symbol here. Let me see if I can abstractly explain this. I like this. This is actually positive. Okay, yin yang. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. 1 second, guys. Try to make this bigger for you guys. Okay, so imagine looking at the yin yang symbol, and currently, and I don't want to touch it and mess it up. We're in this darkness, and don't get me wrong, we are not going straight from the dark to the white right now. Like, not in like one jump. That ain't gonna happen. That's probably gonna take hundreds of years. Who knows, you know? But what I'm seeing, what they're showing me. Okay. We are on our path. Imagine if it's kind of funny. Imagine if humanity right now is in the dark, and we're just strolling along to the white light. You know, we're strolling along. We're still in the darkness. Don't get me wrong, and there is that positivity right there. So you know, it's almost like there are positivity at the moment. But we're still in the dark, and we've been in the dark for a long time, and it's escalating. Like, we've always been kind of moving towards the light, but not at this rate. So what I'm getting is that we're still in the dark, but we're getting to that point where it's like we're gonna coast along into that middle, hopefully soon, and it's gonna be like as we're doing that, more people are gonna awaken, more things are gonna happen. More channelers are going to come, which is one thing I'm going to get into. And I'll probably end this because I'm talking too much. But it's been a week. I miss you guys. You know, this is my life. But anyways, so we're moving along. And because of that, we are starting to evolve. Simple. You know, keep it simple. Don't make this stuff complicated at all. You know. It's like, we speak English. Don't try to talk. I mean, light language is awesome, but I'm just saying, don't try to make this a whole different language that's hard to understand. Keep it simple. And that's why I said I like my videos, because I try to keep things simple. But yeah, we're just coasting along. We're going to the positivity. They're saying that we're protected right now. Okay, this is something that I got a week ago too, so this makes sense from the Yahyel. Because a lot of things are going on right now, they're playing it safe, and because of that, it's harder for people to connect. You know, you can't connect all the time to all beings. Yeah, I can go into meditation and I can, you know, gather up who's around me and who wants me to channel them, and then I walk in here, you know, 20 feet, and then record and ask them to come in and channel. But sometimes, like right now for me, you're just going to go through a period of time of being connected to one specific race of beings. Or you're not, or it's going to be hard to connect at all. And it's because they're playing it safe right now. it's almost like they know what's best for us, even if we don't. So it's like, even if a kid's kind of like disappointed or confused at their parent, but their parent knows what's best for them, you just got to stick it out, and it's okay. But they're here, they're around, they're constantly helping us, they're healing us. So it's okay. So we're in good hands, you know, some Allstate stuff. We're in good hands. And the last thing I want to talk about, and I'll end this, is with the channeling thing. I saw that Ivan made a video talking about, and he even tried to make me laugh, because I've been so sick. He's been just making me laugh with a whole bunch of alien stuff. I swear he should be a stand-up comedian in the future. When more alien stuff's out there, he should totally do that. But anyways, he has that humor. But he was saying that there's going to be, I think he's kidding around, but he was saying, oh, there's going to be robotic channelers. But anyways, he was saying in his last video that a lot of people are going to be starting to channel, and they're going to be like one being or a group of beings is going to be giving a message to multiple people, and that's really cool. That's awesome. And I'm not here to talk about that, but what I'm seeing, and it's also because I opened up my channeling abilities. Channeling is just the first step, guys. It's just the first step. Channeling is important, but it's really not all that important if you think about it. Because what are they trying to do? They don't want to be our babysitters. They don't want to hold our hands. They want us to do this in as much of an independent way as we can. Yeah, we probably can't do it, you know, alone. If all the beings like the Andromedans wanted, you know, how they said, we want all influences off the planet to see if they can thrive on their own. Basically, I don't see that happening, but what I'm getting to is that they want us to learn about our healing, our channeling, the other things. They want us to be independent and take that step. And yeah, I just got an image of one of them, the big smile. So that's cool. That's awesome. But anyways, channeling is the first step because, yes, you're healing through the voice. Like, they connect to my throat chakra. And then obviously the telepathic ability has to kind of be there, because it's like they start talking, and then I start talking, and then we sync up, and that's how it works. I'm not at that point where a being completely comes in and it's just, you know, I mean, they do come in, but it's not like I go somewhere else and all this big stuff, and that's what stopped me from channeling in the first place. I thought that it was and I know it is for some people, and I'll get there eventually. But it's like I thought it was some big grand, I'm going to be here, and then out of nowhere I'm going to be on a ship, and then I'm going to come back and not remember, and it's like, no, none of that kind of stuff. You get hazy, though. You forget a lot of it. But that's just the first step, you know. Healing abilities, Reiki, breaking down, just like what the Indigos are here to do. Breaking down the norms, the institutions, the hospital, medicine, money, tax, blah, blah, blah. Starvation, poor people, you know what I'm saying, missing children, like breaking down all these things, and then having, and this came into me too, and that's why I think a lot of us are activating our crystal selves. So that could be why we're going through these things. But it's like they're breaking it down, and then the crystal children are coming, or crystal people, and they're coming, and they're kind of ushering in the new movement. You know, Indigos break it down. It's almost like an alchemy perspective, which I'm going to make a video on alchemy because I think a lot of you guys would benefit from it. Just a way to look at life, you know, don't want to make it a religion type of thing at all. But just a way to always reflect and basically have no ego. But it's almost like the calcination stage of alchemy. The first stage is like the Indigos. It's like the fire. It's the burning of the dross of your being, the burning of the negativity, reflecting on yourself, taking in all the negative things that we do, that we are aware of and not aware of. And just deep reflection and burning off all the negativity. And then I see in the second stage, I basically see the crystal kids coming in, or people coming in and like calming the waters of that. You know what I'm saying? Calming the waters of it and bringing in the new era. And then I think this is going to be a while from now. I can be wrong though. And then the rainbow children are finally going to incarnate here in a physical form. And then I think that's when it's going to boom. But we got a while for the rainbow children, because if you look them up, most of them are not here in this dimension. They're like higher dimensional beings. But when they do come here when the time is right, boom, perfect. It's gonna be great. But anyways, you know, healing, Reiki, the medicine, unconditional love, all these things, you know, are what we're here to do. It's almost like when you look at like how people look at Jesus, how I've always said, you know, it's not to look at him like he's above you and you want to try to reach that. It's what he represented is in all of us, and we have those abilities. And he was kind of like, yo, like, y'all are like me. Wake the hell up. You know, you can do this too. So I see that coming out, and that's more important because channeling is healing in a auditory, I think that's right, auditory type of way. But there's so many more forms of healing that need to be discovered. And when that happens, I think that's when, you know, we're really gonna just advance, because technology does not really advance the human being. It may look like it, but technology doesn't. So we don't need to advance the technology. Humans need to be more adaptable, and we need to integrate the higher sources and vibration and abilities we have, and really just, you know, not perfecting, but improving the human aspect is what we need to do. Because technology, you know, it's just like those Disney movies in the future. You see all these, I'm not trying to be mean, but you see all these overweight, uneducated, dumb people, and it's like, if technology advances and we don't, that's the future. And I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not worried about that. But we need to be mindful, you know, it's not the technology, it's not the robots, you know, the whole Sophia thing. It's, even though they could help, you know, so, I mean, the one thing I will say is, you know, if that happens, even though I'm not cool with the robot thing, I'm gonna be happy to see a lot of people not having to slave away at, you know, like McDonald's and shitty jobs, and it's like, at least they're not doing that. But again, you know, it can be worse. Then people could be out of jobs and can't find work, and it can be worse. Who knows? You know, keep it open. But basically, I just feel that's what's needed to be said right now. Is channeling important? Obviously. But is channeling the most important, and should you put it on a pedestal? No, not at all. And that's what I'm getting from them. So it's kind of like we can do all this stuff, you know. So don't look at, and again, don't look at a channeler like, which I did forever. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I wish I could be like that. And what do they got that I don't? And I need to stop eating meat, and I need to stop drinking beer, and I need to, you know, live like Gandhi. And it's like, no, you don't have to do any of those things. Don't make it so hard, you know. And all you guys got these things. And if you can't channel right now, then you got other abilities that you can use. Like I was talking to my friend, and she's really advanced, and she can see and feel like people more than they can, you know. And I can't do that stuff. That's crazy, you know. It's awesome though. It's like, you know, I may be in touch with aliens, but she knows how to really heal people. And imagine like talking to someone who, it's almost like you're talking to them, and then they can almost pick up on all your emotions, you know. So it's just crazy, you know. It's cool though. But I'm just saying, everyone's different, and I like to look at this in a laughing matter. It's almost like an X-Men Academy, you know. Everyone has these different abilities, so either, and it's hard to connect when everyone has different abilities, you know. It's like this one lady was talking to me, and she's super advanced in other things, but she's learning how to channel. I'm like, well, you can do it, but just know it's not like, you know, you have to have channeling in order to do this or that. It's not black and white, you know. It's a big gray area. Everyone's different. And if you don't have something, well, then it's showing you that, hey, learn it and gain it, and you'll be able to do it. There you go. But what you have, love yourself for what you have already, and be proud of what you have already. Absolutely. But anyways, you know, it's hard to connect when we all have different abilities, because not everyone has the same thing. So it's either it's gonna be chaos, no one's gonna connect because it's all crazy, and then they're all gonna get in their own bubbles, or people, you know, like the workshops are gonna come together and we're gonna make some magic happen, you know. And then I'm going to close out with this because it's been an hour. Wow, I'm surprised. I can be on here for 4 more hours if I wanted to. One ability that I've been gaining is, it's more of, I think it's a Reiki thing. I'm starting to be able to like look inside people or myself. Like I'll get a third eye vision of as if I'm inside the body right there looking at the ailment, you know, like my mom's dog is really sick. She's on her way out. Everyone thinks. I don't see it that way. No one believes me, but I think she's going to last a lot longer. I do Reiki on her sometimes, but I've been going over and like helping, and I literally see inside her. Sometimes I'll see inside my own body, or like when I have migraines, like terrible migraines. I haven't had them in months, but like I used to have to go to the ER for them, and they'd have to knock me out, that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I would get images of what's going on inside my head, you know, and it's like, that's a healing ability. So my healing abilities are really starting to improve, and I'm really connecting for some reason to elephants recently, and just opening up love. And I almost feel like I'm like getting these like mom emotions, like what a mom would have for a kid. Which, hey, nothing wrong with that, you know, more compassion to me, bring it on, man. Bring it on. So I'm just saying, you know, that's one thing, you know, everyone has different abilities, but you're going to gain them. Like I'm a channeler. I deal mainly with communication with aliens, but I'm starting to learn how to heal. You know, I'm starting to learn how to do that, and that's something new. For some reason, I keep getting the image of my hybrid daughter. That's really weird. If you guys want to see a picture, and I know you guys have seen this picture because it's very well known. I've seen it all over the internet, so of course, she doesn't look exactly like this, but looks kind of like this. Kind of like that. And what I see is it's in the 5th dimension. Oh, I talked about this, I think, with that last video before I got sick. In the 5th dimension, and every time I'm not doing good, they always connect to me, and I see her, and it makes me feel good inside. I feel loved, you know what I'm saying? And we all need to feel loved. And a lot of us, you know, like me, are very, not antisocial, but we cut ourselves off from society, you know? So, like, I personally, I don't have any friends I'm in contact with, you know? I don't have any friends. I'm not depressed about it, but I'm being real, you know? No social life. I don't have anything to do. Everything's always by myself. I'm always inside. I'm not going to go to a movie or do whatever by myself. I think that's just weird. People are not nice to me. The way I am with you guys is the way I am with other people. People are just not nice to me and treat me like shit, you know, get a bad rap, and that's why the Yahyel came to me like a week ago, and they gave me this 5th dimensional love and had me learn how it felt to just be in an ecstasy state of love all the time. And that's such an amazing feeling, and I have like images of in the past having that. So they wanted me to know, like, yo, you're loved and you don't deserve this shit, but it's part of your mission. It's my biggest thing before I woke up, was awakened, whatever. I used to tell my last girlfriend I had, we used to live together, and I used to tell her, I was like, yeah, like I take all the negativity that people give me, and what I do is I don't ever want another person to feel like that. So I'll take all the stuff people, how they treat me, and I'll go and I'll do the opposite, and I'll, you know, I always say thank you. I'm always super nice. I try to look people in their eyes, try to be respectful, hold doors for people, go that extra mile anytime you can to help somebody. You never know when you're going to change someone's life. And I'm a big fan of like the pay it forward, where, you know, someone does something good and then it makes them feel good, so they help someone else out, and it keeps going and going. And I try to start that chain as much as I can, because I see it happen, and it's awesome. And I don't know, I think I'm just going to end it right there, because that's a lot to talk about. But it's been a week, so I'm not surprised. It was like I have nothing to do. I'm sick as hell. I had to not go to school. I think I'm going to lose my job, because I just started a new job, and I had to cancel for like a week. My first week starting, I had to cancel this whole week. So I think I'm going to lose it. But I'm going to be honest, I don't like the 9 to 5. I'm seriously thinking about going and joining like a volunteer group for animals, doing something different, because I'm just, you know, that's part of my thing. I think being here in Chicago it's just not the best spiritual place in this type of living, and it's expensive. And if you want to talk about the 3D living and the money and the shitty people and the ghetto-ness and everything's taxes, property, slave away this, I mean, that's what this here is. So I think Spirit has put me here. Sorry, I'm getting really sick, so I'm going to go soon. But I think Spirit put me here in this situation to get my ass out of this situation. So I heading up to Canada. I swear, for some reason, I've always wanted to go to Canada. I feel like that's where I'm going to end up. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to post it on the Hucolo and maybe some other places. I don't know. So we'll see. I really wanted to make a video because this is healing for me. This is healing myself in a way. This is what I love to do. So thank you guys. I will keep you updated. I'm waiting on the blood results today. They still haven't come back yet. And I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to either today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, go to the emergency room because nothing's feeling better and no one knows what's wrong. But the scary part is, if this is really a spiritual thing, they may not find anything. So it's like, what's the point of going to the hospital? But then, like I said, I don't want to go to the hospital, have this November 4th crap happen, and then, you know, all the electricity shuts off and I'm stuck. Like, no, I'd rather be home or, like, by my family. So you just got to keep it safe because you never know. Life is amazing. So I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.